Hello. Hi. I'm at. Remember when I was like totally clueless on why I was actually coming here? And I was like, actually, I'm not hungry and I have no desire to go to that cafe. So I was like, okay, well, that's not where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, and I was like, well, then what am I doing here? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I have water. I don't need brekkie. I can like wait it off. Like, I'm not that hungry anyway. But it's just like when you're planning to have breakfast and you're just like imagining food, it feels like you need it more than you actually are hungry for it. Oh my god, look. Is that what you call a field neck lizard or a Komodo? No. They're called a dragon. I don't know, something dragon. Isn't that awesome? Wow. Okay. I love these lizards. They're so good. I think I like them because of the movie Nim's Island. And that was like not a real lizard, but anyway. It's so beautiful. Like walking, even though none of this was planned, which is strange. But then again, I did pray to God that I would be in the right place at the right time, etc. So it's like, I know, like everything's gonna work out. It's just a bit odd, and I wanted to like document the sequence of events that's possibly leading to something. And it's like, mentally, like I'm like, but I don't want to swim here, and there's nowhere to eat here. I mean, there's a restaurant, but my body is just like, let's just keep walking and see where this leads. So I don't know where this is going. I mean, I may swim here and like decide that and be like, totally the right choice. Or I just may go for a walk and then walk back. Doesn't matter. But I thought I'd let you know the way we came and the way we're going. Well, it's sort of cleared up. I kind of have a better idea now why I came here. You know how like they say that God has a plan, and it's not always obvious in the moment. I just met a bunch of really amazing people, had really great conversations with them, and they were so lovely that, I mean, it was normal for people to be this lovely, but it was just like one of those really special days where you meet like back-to-back lovely people, and they're like so open to talking to you and want to get to know you that, yeah, it was just pretty awesome. I didn't like film the interactions because I thought that would be a little bit not exactly weird, but maybe, I don't know. I think it was cool to be in the moment, plus asking people to film them is a bit of like, yeah, okay, cool. That explains it, right? Yeah, no, I met some cool people, and it was so lovely meeting them. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but if I didn't, here's the recap. I was on my way to a cafe this morning when I decided that, nah, that's just not, I'm not vibing with it all of a sudden when I was already halfway there. So then I turned back to go to a different cafe that I had in mind, but it happened to be closed, even though it was a Sunday, and it said that it was open on Google Maps. So then I was like, oh, that's all good, I'll just go to the beach. And then when I was at the beach, I was like, actually it was a park bench. The park bench was occupied, and I was like, I'll just go to the beach. But then I was like, I'm just not feeling the beach. So then I was like, let's go for a walk. So I just continued walking, and I was like, my body just does not want to like stop. Like, you know when you just know when to sit and like where you want to go? But my body was like, let's keep going. So I was like, all right, where are you taking me? Then I ended up at this beach. I'm like, okay, even though like I didn't plan on coming here and I kind of didn't want to because I don't know why. I just mentally didn't make the commitment to come here. Like, so then I ended up here anyway, and there's no cafe here. It closed down. So I was like, okay, well, there's nowhere to actually like eat. I'm like, that's fine. I have water. But then I turned the corner and I didn't film it, but there was a sign that was like tea and coffee at the community hall. And I was like, what? And pastries. It's because it's this fundraising thing, but still, like, it was awesome. I went, not only did I meet people, wait, hold on, one step at a time. Yeah, I went, and they had pastries and they had coffee, and it was awesome, and it was delicious. It was chef's kiss. It was burnt honey pastries, so if you know, you know. They're really good. It's yum yum. Yeah, and I was like, okay, cool. I got my pastry. I got something to eat. I didn't get coffee because I didn't feel like it, but yeah, so then I sat by myself and just chilled under the trees, and I ate my almond croissant, and it was so good. It had like cinnamon and like honey on top. That's where the burnt honey thing comes from, I suppose. And then yeah, I sat there for a little bit, and I was totally content to sit on my own. But then these two women invited me to sit with them because they were in the shade, and then we got to talking, and we just totally vibed. So, and I met a couple of other ladies before I met these women. But yeah, we just sat and chatted about like all the cafes that we really like, and we've all like happened to have gone to also, and we just like exchanged cafe recommendations in the area. So that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. That was so nice meeting them. Yeah, we vibed, and then we left. I left. I started walking up to come to this lookout, and there was an art gallery, as you saw. So I was like, I usually don't go, like when, because it's I don't usually go, but I was like to art galleries when they're open. I don't know, sometimes I just don't, but for some reason this time I was like, you know what, let's go and have a look at what's up. And so I did, and I walked through. It smelled so good. It smelled like, let's just say, the Australian bush, and like it's not exactly eucalyptus, but I asked the lady what this scent was, and she said it was the scent of the beeswax she was using to paint with, which is really cool. It smelled really good in there. The paintings were so beautiful. I really loved them. So perhaps I'm going to insert the clip, or we'll see. But yeah, she let me film in there, and we did a little interview. She gave me everyone, to all, some advice on being an artist, I suppose. Just like when someone asks, it's in the interview, so like how her skills like compounded over the years to where she now can paint more intuitively and in flow. I'm just like rewording it, but anyway, so that was lovely. And then I came up here to sit and enjoy, like I didn't want to sit in the sun, but it's nice and cool here. Even though it's still sunny, it's fine. I was wondering, is there anything you ever wanted to share about being an artist that you wish people asked you?
I think they have no idea how many hours it takes to make a painting. When I did a watercolor, it was quick, because watercolor is like that. When you do an oil, it's less quick, or an acrylic. When you're doing an encaustic, it's weeks. That's what I'm doing right now, the beeswax.
Yeah.
And so many times you do a painting and you see it on the wall, and you either love it for a long time when it's hanging there, or you think, I wish I'd done that. You take it out and you redo it.
Yeah.
And people don't realize how many hours have gone into it. They say, "Oh, how long does it take you? How long did it take you to do that painting?" And in reality, it might have been one day, but in reality, it's like 40 years of doing it.
Wow.
Before I got to that confidence of doing it that fast and that with that kind of expediency, because I'm familiar with what I'm doing now. My hand is just doing it without too much thinking.
Yeah.
But it took a long time to get there.
So all the skills built up over
Yes,
years
it's
for it to become as efficient
yes,
as
you
you
know,
are now.
like when you're doing a computer, somebody tells you how to do it, and you do it, and you know it immediately, and you're good at it. When you're doing art, sometimes it works like that. Sometimes you stand there and you're painting on the spot, plein air, and you're going home and you say, "Well, that's really worked for me today."
Yeah.
And you frame it, and 5 years later, it still looks you're just as happy with it as the day you painted it. With some,
you can see where you could have.
you say, "I think I should redo that."
Yeah. So life's good. I got an almond croissant. I met some lovely people. I'm sitting here, and yeah.